Alright, what is up, worldwide family? Welcome back to the channel. Jimmy Flippin' Deals. Thank you so much for joining me. I got a message the other day saying your Amazon account has been deactivated. Deactivated. Now, let me preface that by saying I have mentioned this before. Whatever Amazon is good at, me and them don't sell the same products, and because somehow I have managed to amass a business that is six figures. Not saying that's a lot, but six figures, with about 1.5% of that makeup actually being Amazon. Sorry for the glasses. It's summer in Texas. It's hot and it's bright. But yeah, 1.5%. I do about $1,500 or so of sales per year on Amazon. Eventually, maybe I'll find out what they are good at. But I sell what I consider to be a decent amount of other stuff that they just don't even know what's up. So, account was deactivated, although it still works. My account still works. It's still showing active. It's still showing the ability to upload products. Not getting any sales at the moment, but as you can imagine, with $1,200 to $1,500 a year, that's not unusual to go days, weeks, even months at a time without any sales. It does still show to be active. The deal is, I have recently switched my telephone number, and that was one of the items. Amazon was one of the companies apparently that I forgot to update. I thought I had updated Amazon, but apparently I only updated the contact information for the customers and not for Amazon, because when I went in to do something, it asked for the two-party authentication, and it was going back to my old number. I went, now wait a minute, and the only option is either text or call that number that I have no longer access to, and neither does anybody else. So it's not even like I can throw the Hail Mary and maybe one day of that phone line becoming operational again, and me sending the two-step authentication to some stranger and having him verify my account. Give me the 4-digit number. That way I can go ahead and get in there and change it. I am back and forth with seller support with Amazon, which is totally an oxymoron, because I ain't selling hardly anything and they ain't supporting me at all. Like the first time I wrote them on my email, let's just say my contact email with them, the same email that I've had with them for 2 years. I originally set it up under a different one, but I have been going back and forth with them for 2 years with this email. Every day they send me those emails that say, goodness, that your particular items in your catalog are not eligible for the buy box. So they acknowledge this is my email, right? Whenever occasionally that I've had, not counterfeit, but trademark issues where brand owners don't like me selling their products, this is the email they send to me. So I open up a case for seller support in order to change the two-party authentication, right? And they respond back with, we do not have this email on file. And then directly about 5 minutes later, I get another deal from Amazon saying, hey, your products aren't eligible for the buy box. And I'm like, now wait a minute. And for those that are new to Amazon, or for those that don't do Amazon, if you're not exactly in accordance with the current market value, your product is not eligible for the buy box. And you can either become aggressive and chase everybody down to the bottom of the drain trying to sell a product, or just decide what your acceptable profitability at that given time is. Set your price, set it and forget it, right? And that's more my mood, my thought process. If eventually 6 months or a year from now I want to move the inventory at that point, I will get aggressive. But oftentimes when inventory is made available, the saturation ratio changes where the price drops lower than the value of it. And I'm just not willing to let it go at that price, so I leave it alone. But long story short, my email is not on file, and then they send me something. So I send them something else, and I say, hey, you know, obviously it is on file because you keep sending me all kinds of other correspondence, you know, other than this. So, like, you know, what is the deal? And they come back and they say, well, we need your driver's license, a copy of your driver's license, so that we can verify your identity. Like, and that's beautiful, right? I mean, how much simpler can that be? So I give them a copy of my driver's license, and they send me a message back that says we could not verify your identity. Now, Google has done that with me before too. Rather than asking for 5 different things, you know, hey, we need this, that, the other, this, that, and the other, like we need all of this stuff to successfully verify your identity, they start with, can we see your driver's license? I think Google started a little different, like we need a copy of the credit card, the payment instrument that you use, right? So I send them the copy of the credit card. And then the next thing they wanted, same thing that Amazon wanted, was a copy of my ID. Okay, so be it. Comes back, both of them, we cannot verify your identity. I went, okay, so they need something else, just like Google did, without, you know, beating around the bush with it. Why don't you just tell me whatever? Waiting on the next one. When I get it back, they said, we've already answered you. We can't verify your identity based on your state-issued driver's license. So that's it. Now, come on, guys. I've been with you 2 years. That can't be it. Like, there's, you know, with Google, the next thing was, you know, let's see your incorporation or LLC paperwork, you know, and then you give that, and then they want something else. And, you know, I get the need for security, but at one point, it's got to make sense. Matter of fact, not to get too far off, I was currently on the phone with an old telephone company, and Verizon. I'll go ahead and say their name, but don't ever use Verizon. God, don't ever use Verizon. But anyways, I had stopped using Verizon, and I called them yesterday, right? And I said, you know, I need issues, you know, I have issues with my last bill. I need help with them. After 2 hours of being on the phone, because they could not verify a telephone number that no longer worked anymore, they said, well, we'll have to send you a text. I said, okay, what number are you going to send it to? And they said, your old telephone number. I said, you know, the number I don't have anymore? Well, yes, sir, that's the only option. And just like Amazon, I'm like, whoa, let's stop. I mean, I understand you're in the folder and have reached the end of this tab, but like, let's use our head a little bit. If I no longer have the telephone number, then you can't very well send me a text now, can you? And Verizon just, it would not compute. It took a few more minutes, but I'm getting sidetracked. Like, you know, they can't use a phone number that doesn't work. They obviously have not looked at the driver's license because it's crystal clear. You know, AI can't verify the authentic, identity or whatever. Maybe the lighting is not 100% or whatever, but it was crystal clear. Like, I had no problem reading it. And I sent them back, like, if you can't do it, why don't you manually take a look at it? Amazon's a beast. It's all AI. You know, the engineers or whatever set up the code, and it runs on autopilot, you know. And it's like, why don't you manually look at it? And I get a deal back, asked and answered. They're like, no, but then there's an option, you know, hey, do you need more help? And currently, it had said, okay, we'll get back to you within 2 days, and now they're just ghosting me. Meanwhile, in each one of these correspondence, they had said, please do not open another account during this time. And I may have followed that direction if I would have gotten the direction from them before I decided that it might very well be easier to open up another account rather than keep messing with this account that they can't seem to get it through their head to change a telephone number. So ridiculous. But anyway, I got accepted. They could verify my ID. They could verify my telephone number. They could verify all that. And based on my previous sales performance and seller performance, I was instantly approved. But I don't have any stats on that one. And everything I try to list, I'm back to the gated. I still have access to the original one, like I said, but it's on one laptop. Like, I can't get it anywhere else because they want the two-party authentication. So I don't know what's going on with Amazon, but I know if they're losing business with little old me and a fraction of what their money is, then they've got to be losing money with the big guys not taking care of their sellers in any way, shape, or form, like not using their head to problem solve at all. I've had the same address for 2 years. I've had the same email. I'm corresponding with them from that email. Like make the leap, send me something to my home. I'll be right back. So send me something to verify it, right? Thanks for waiting. But nothing. Maybe eventually. I know the longer in other marketplaces, the longer you keep a case open, the closer you are to getting a person, because it shows how many times AI could not resolve the case. And it literally feels like that's all I'm talking to. Just hitting my head up on a brick wall with it. But I did open the new account, and I will eventually, same as the last one, find things that I can sell and add on to their deal. And eventually, one day, maybe they'll become more of a asset than they've ever been before. So hopefully that's where patience is a virtue. And one day, hopefully, me and Amazon can make some money again. But for right now, I'm hoping the computer that I have logged on to my original account does not break. So I'm happy that they signed up a second account. That's super cool. And I hope to hear from them soon. Let's see, what else? I don't know if y'all notice any difference in the picture quality. But the other day I lost my phone. Like, I love my phone. Matter of fact, that was a 2022. This is a 2024 of the same model, and that one had some things that I thought was better with it than this one. All of the 2022 features did not carry over to the 2024. I am cheap personally, and that one was the most I'd ever spent on a phone. And I think this one, I spent 3 times as much as the most I'd ever spent on a phone. These people are wanting iPhone money now, which is absolutely absurd. I could have signed up for, whatever, $20-something a month for, the next 3 years, or I could just pay it outright cash. And I don't like being linked to a company, so I paid for it cash, right? Oh my gosh. So for the week, it's not looking good for the pocketbook. It's not a good look for the pocketbook, just period. Hurting, but I'll make it up. Let's see, like I said, more businesses on the horizon. Let's see, I do have some other stories, but I am within the location of where I need to be to start my next side gig. So I will see you next time, guys. All right, next time.